Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. It is Christian here, and you're tuned in for more of my 2 cents. If you are new to the channel, then welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I'm glad to have you here. Hopefully, you enjoy your time over here where we like to discuss the things that need to be discussed. Okay. And if you are a returning to center, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you guys so very much. This continues to be therapy for me, and I'm so glad that you all are sharing in the dialogue and conversation. Before we jump into today's topic and video, let's go over the 3 points that matter most before we start any discussion. Number one, you're not alone. Number two, you're not crazy. Number three, God, your creator, so loves you, and I do too. If you like and enjoy the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I would love to add you to my 2 cents crew, and I'm excited to be closer to the 1K because I'm gonna do a very big giveaway. So y'all need to go ahead and help your girl get to the number, okay? So we can do these things together. Up together. Come on, let's do it, baby. I'm excited. All right. We got a viewer video today. I had someone to comment on a video. Maybe it was my first video of why I quit church. Probably was. And the comment, I'll read the full comment, but then the request for the video was actually to talk about like the tithing and the giving, like healing from that. And boy, I'm ready to do it. Okay. All right. But first, we're going to get into the comment. She says, great video. Have been stuck in the rituals and traditions of church. Cut the part off. Cut the part of myself off to others outside of church trying to be holy while condemning and judging them for having a life. Had these same issues in church where I was the new up and coming slave with gifts. Ooh. Woo-hoo-hoo. Mm. And the other ones were offended of my slow rise. Mm. I am just now realizing the life that is so rich and fun outside of church. I am now studying for myself and realizing more than half the stuff in church is made up philosophy and cultural norm. I also left and only got a call when my tithe check didn't hit. Mm, mm, mm. Come on now. Not they called you after the check didn't hit. Another church I visited noticed I left and sent me the postcard condemning me for not going. I thought, who would want to participate in this? Jesus is supposed to be love, right? So is God, but I digress. Let me say this. At least you got a call, you know? Maybe it wasn't the calls you wanted, but at least they came to look for you, sis. I mean, at least they was on their Liam Neeson, okay? They were like, I got a special set of skills. That's not funny, but it's definitely giving hashtag taken. Where are you, girl? Where's you at with this money? And where's you at with your body? Get in this seat and bring your money with you. No, please. No, thank you. Just do it. Whew, I am so concerned. But actually, I'm not. I'm not concerned. At this point, I just feel like I want to just start going to churches and freeing people, like just going in there and grabbing people by the hand and saying, "Let's go. Let's do a walkout, baby. Walk it out. Now walk it out. Walk it out. West I walk it out. East I walk it out. North I walk it out. Child, walk it out. Get on up out of there. Good on you for removing yourself though. Cause again, a lot of stuff as you stated in church is made up. It definitely is. Cause don't even get me started. It's definitely made up philosophy and cultural norms. There's no disputing it. There are a lot of things done in church that literally has no biblical foundation or any other foundation other than man just wants to do what man be doing. That's it. So at the end, this is where your question and request for the video comes in, where you say, could you do a video about healing the mindset of obligatory, obligational, right? Forced giving. Okay, forced giving, prosperity due to legalism. If not, you are cursed. Every time I hear sow a seed, I twitch. My God, not your twitching, honey, from being forced to sow a seed. Yes, indeed. Okay. Shall I proceed? Yes, indeed. Hey, I know you see me on the radio, see me on the video. True. Okay, but you still won't pay me no attention listening to what your girlfriends mentioned. Okay, so listen, Linda. We're gonna focus, okay? I'm gonna try not to get a headache, and I'm gonna try to keep this video simple, direct, and to the point, okay? As it relates to healing the mindset of forced giving, and I know you said obligatory. I don't know how you say that. Like, I know that it's obligation. Is it obligatory or obligatory? Forced giving, period. That is, I want to say it's easy to get over, but then again, it's not, depending on what level of fear or how do I want to say this? What level of dependence you had on giving. Like, you have people who truly believe, and I've said this in other videos, who truly believe that if they don't give, that will lead to them being cursed. Because of the teaching, they've accepted that as the truth and the reality. So they give based off of that preconceived notion that if they don't, things are going to happen in their lives that are going to align with lack and poverty, insufficiency, right? Like, things are just not going to work out for them because they've robbed God. And then you have people like me, I am people who understood while I was in church and a staunch Christian, and still believe now that I'm out of church and no longer identifying as a Christian directly due to organized religion titles. I understand the law of reciprocity, period. I just understand the law of reciprocity. It's not about tithing. It's not about um, giving and or this is going to happen to you or anything like that. Reciprocity is a law of social psychology, right? It's a simple principle that I personally believe people in church operate off of. They'll use their scripture for it, but there are social standards and, you know, laws of the land that apply no matter who uses it. And so you give what you get. You get what you give. If someone does something nice for you, you do something nice for them, right? You the seed that you sow is the seed that you reap. Now, that is a principle that I practice in life, in business, in marriage, in parenting, in relationships, in friendships. I just practice that, not just in tithing, not just with giving money to church, but in general. I think the unfortunate part about it in church is that it's used as a weapon to have you give, and then adding punishment to it, which incites fear. And I have to tell you that whatsoever you accept as your truth and reality is what your experience will then reflect. If you believe that not giving leads to X, Y, and Z happening, that's what you're going to get. Like, why exactly would God, the universe, source, like, why would you end up getting something else other than what you believe you deserve or what you believe is possible? We don't get what we deserve. We get what we create. If that makes sense to you. You know, it makes sense to me now. It wouldn't have if I had said it to myself seven or 9 years ago, but it does today. I used to feel as if though I got what I deserve. Like, this is mine. I've earned it. It was coming to me as long as I did these things. Well, I can also create that truth and that reality in my beliefs. And so a lot of people at church believe that they're cursed with the curse if they do not give. They believe that the Lord will allow Satan or the enemy to eat up their resources, their money. Like, you'll have it, but you won't be able to keep it, right? You'll get blessed, but if you don't pay your tithes out of it, it'll go through your hands like quicksand. And that's what ends up happening. That's what they believe, and that's what ends up manifesting. And then on the flip side, you can be out of church and you can give in so many other ways and feel just as fulfilled and excited and involved with the success or the growth of whatever you gave to, as well as whatever replenishes you. And you can be like, I could have been doing this outside of church the whole time. I could have been giving to organizations or not giving if I didn't have it, and I could still be okay. The mindset for me, now that I tell people when it comes to tithing, is that anything that you need that has been provided for you via your job, investments, maybe there are love offerings or donations or miracle money, whatever you want to call it, right? Whatever you receive, that is for you. And anything that is extra is overflow and excess for whatever you decide to give it towards and give it to. In church, it is taught, I know at least it was in my church, that your money is not your money. That is God's money. And God only wants 10%. And he lets you keep the other 90. That's what we were told. It wasn't our money. That was God's money. And you get to keep your 90. You get to give 10. God is being nice by only asking for 10. And I always thought that was funny because I'm like, God asked for 10, but y'all sure don't mind coming back around for what you want on top of my 10, right? Check out my video on my pastor asking us to pay for his wife's car note. Now, reconcile that for me, because I don't get it. But okay. So with that being said, there are a lot of things that to me, I feel as if though ends up falling on members, being projected onto members, that is not fair, that is not wholesome, that's not even morally right or feasible. If you have what you need and your needs are met, your bills need to be paid, you have a job, like I said, you have increase in your household, or you just have the basic necessities achieved and taken care of, why then would anyone in their right mind expect for you to go into what you have to take care of your house to then give them 10%? For them to then turn around and give you double or triple? The games that is to me doesn't make sense. I'll share this story. I don't know if I've ever shared it, but when we were in church and we were extremely faithful and active, and my husband was the pastor's right hand man. I was on praise and worship over so many other ministries in the church. He was over 2 or 3 ministries in the church. It was a small ministry, but we had a lot of jobs. Okay, paid for none, but enjoyed all of them. And there were a couple of occasions, but not a couple, more than a few, where my husband literally would empty out his wallet to our pastor. He would empty his wallet, y'all, empty his pockets, his wallet. We would get in the car, and Courtney would be like, I'd be like, okay, well, what we going to eat or what we finna go do? I need to go to Kroger, whatever, pick up this for dinner. And he'd be like, oh, I empty my wallet out to pastor. And I'm like, you did what? To who? Why are we doing that? The first time I didn't get it. The second time I didn't get it. The third time was not understanding, but I was a little more, I'm like, okay, this is just something Courtney do. Like when he feel led. And Courtney would always say, that, my husband is so amazing, right? He's so sweet. He would always say, well, we don't have everything we need anyway. Like like, even if I didn't do that, we still wasn't gonna have all the money we needed for X bill or, Y payment. So it didn't really matter to him. But to me, it did, because I'm thinking to myself, well, that was still something. What you gave, I understood that his heart was in the right place. But to me, I was looking at the fact that we had something. Now we have nothing, and we have to pray for it to come back in abundance. I'd rather not struggle and not tempt, but I'd rather not struggle and have to finesse or create that source again when it was already there, where we would have just had to add to that, not recreate all of it, just regenerate it all together. And there were several times when we did not regenerate it. It did not come back. We did not get that back. It was not, no, I don't have no miraculous stories for y'all when it comes to tithing. Period. I don't have no stories of I gave in this offering and by the end of the week I got this unexpected check. We got an unexpected deposit. Somebody called us and said they were going to give us this. I don't have that kind of story. And we were tithing. We were giving. We were at the services. I was in the prayer lines, giving it the $100 line, the $50 line. This stuff did not happen, you guys. It didn't come to pass. And so when and of course, maybe it didn't work for me because I didn't believe it would work. How about that? I'll take it off. I'll take all the responsibility for it. Maybe it didn't work because I didn't believe tithing worked that way for me. So that was not my portion. I didn't sow a seed and then get it back double, triple, quadruple. I didn't run around the church and holler and scream and then share a testimony of something miraculous happening midweek. That didn't happen for me. Maybe it could have if I believed it, but it didn't. So here we are today with me being able to tell you that I am a firm believer, and if you have what you need, use it for the purpose it's intended. Your creator, God, understands. And if God wants to increase you and give you more, give you abundance, God can do that. If you want to believe that you'll get more, that can happen too. What I am not a believer in is in church being told that you should lack and stress and pray and fast and cry for 3 or 4 days when a bill is coming up because you gave your bill money at church. That money is for the purpose of your home being taken care of. The house of God should always be taken care of, shouldn't it, Pastor? Huh? I'm just saying. The house of the Lord should always be taken care of because that's the mission the pastor said that he was given or she was given. This is your calling. My calling is to my home address. And as my house is blessed, right? As increases in my storehouse and whatever abundance I have then can flow out into the organizations and the ministries and the operations that I want to support financially. Even someone that may be a philanthropist, if they're wealthy, they're rich, they have all of their needs met and then they donate abundantly. I think that the part a lot of people don't understand is that the way that the Black church, like, that's my experience, um ultimately creates a stronghold and a tense relationship with money is based off of struggle, whereas other ethnicities and church experiences operate off out of abundance. Like, they see God as an abundant figure that provides for whatever they need. If that's loans, investments, 401k, insurance claims, Roth IRAs, what's the other word? When you inheritances, trusts, they operate differently. We don't. Culturally, for us, it's a hold on to everything you got and then be browbeaten to get that. And it's a very tense situation while you got people telling you, God loves a cheerful giver. But y'all just talk smart to me to get it from me, and you want me to smile? I've never heard of anyone being held at gunpoint with a smile. That's what it feels like at church. The Bible is the weapon that they use on you during offering, right? Give and it shall come back to you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and run it over. I don't want to. I don't feel froggy. Okay, I don't feel like the faithful froggy. I don't want to leap tonight. I don't want to leap into um fasting this week. I don't want to leap into praying this week and have to cry for God to supply and provide when I had what I needed Sunday, and then here come Tuesday when the bill is due and I still ain't heard nothing from you, Lord. Lord, when you gonna stop through here in this mailbox now? When you gonna touch this mailbox like you turned that water into wine? Turn this bill into a deposit. Where you at, Jesus? Okay? Like, what why exactly are those the exercises of faith that has to be demonstrated? Why can't what we've worked for throughout the week be enough? And then when abundance comes, we freely give from that. You can't do that. And so, in order to heal from this mindset, it is important that you make your needs an obligation, because guess what? Your creator has already given you what you need to take care of your obligations: health in your body, peace in your mind, a talent, a skill, a business, a great career, opportunities, financial support or security. Whatever you need, that is your obligation. And whatever need has been met, whatever your provisions are, you use those wisely. Be a good steward of those. Take care of that stuff. And then from there, you can be a cheerful giver. You don't have to be bound. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be in fear. You don't have to worry about consequences and being cursed with a curse. That's not okay to have people releasing things like that over you. Can you release that over your pastor? No. So why does anybody feel free to do it to you? It's not fair. It's not right. They only get a chance to do it because they have the mic. But could you get the microphone and just start berating and belittling adults about their finances? No. You can't go to any other public forum and watch people degrade other people about their money. Only in church is this okay, where it's not regulated by the government. They can browbeat you all day long about giving your money over a microphone, and nobody can tell them to stop. It's literally like a kid in a candy store. You have access to multiple ATMs, several ATMs just sitting in your seat, in the seats, under the sound of your voice to give at their, not even at their discretion, but under your influence. And I think that that's very sad, and it's unfortunate, because once you remove yourself from it, you have to do the work to break away those limiting beliefs and those um, oppressive thought processes. And so you're definitely going to have to just do that work. But then remembering, like I said, to make what your obligations are your priority. And if you want to give out of abundance and out of the excess, whatever you have remaining, do that. Feel secure in that and be excited about that increasing and multiplying, no matter where it is, whether it's to a local church or a ministry, whether it's to a boys and girls club, whether it's to a battered and abused women's shelter, whether it's to a foster care home, or to a cancer treatment center of America, blue, Red Cross. Baby, give whatever you feel led to give. That's what you can do. And just know that all of that is enough, because it's helping others too. It's helping others too. Your life matters. And you having to pray for what you already had does not make sense to me. It just doesn't. I'm not going to have a car and then give it away and then pray for God to bless me with another. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? And now you're asking out of desperation versus asking out of, like, from a place of peace and love, like, oh, I want excess so I can bless these people with this. And you're just visualizing and thinking about all the good stuff you're going to do with the extra money. Now you're asking out of desperation because you need it, not because you want extra to do something good, because you need it just to cover the basics, which you already had that, baby. So that makes you what? Unwise. But they ain't going to tell you that at church. They ain't gonna tell you that. They gonna tell you your life's gonna get cut off and so much stuff gonna go wrong. You're gonna have problems and bad reports. And I think that that is evil and it is so divisive, but it is allowed. So yeah, every time you hear sow a seed, I understand you twitching. I really do. My fingers, the palm of my hand itching right now because it's a spirit of offering upon us. Okay, it's a spirit of cash app. I ain't got a cash app. Maybe I should get one. It's a spirit for sure where people want you to be able to give at every turn, and it usually only benefits them. And I always say this: I just don't understand how people have not just been awakened to the scam of it all. No church, none of these churches that I've heard of is out here offering offerings to y'all. Nobody's out here doing like a summer, a summer program where they cut checks for members or rebate or anything like that. Like, y'all ain't out here blessing y'all members with gas cards or paying electricity bills for the elderly people in the church, or passing out, grocery cards for parents who got kids that's going to be out of school for the summer. We going to do a food drive right here for the members at the church. Yes, bless the community too. But why don't y'all take some of that tithe and offering, right? Go down to the Aldi, to the Save-A-Lot, to the Kroger, to the Walmart, to the HEB. Like, go get some groceries, go get some gift cards or whatever, and pass that out to y'all members. Surprise your members sometimes with a members appreciation Sunday. Y'all ain't gonna do that. Y'all don't want to do that. Y'all just want to have a church picnic, but the church don't even cater the picnic. They don't even pay for that. Y'all still want the members to bring some for that. Y'all fund church 365. Your money paid for the water and light, the gas, the utilities, the electricity, right? The light bulbs, the toilet tissue, the paper towel, the drinks that your pastor sipping on, the nice plush towel that he wiping the sweat off his forehead with, the suit, the car, the home. Your money finances all of this. You are a sponsor. Baby, do I have a gold membership or am I at platinum level now? There should be a VIP section for the tithe payers, honey. Because the way that you give should be the same measure, right? Okay. You should be met with the same measure in which you are showing up. But that's not what it's giving. And that's sad to me. So these are the things that should start the healing process. Like, why was I never good enough to be sown into? I'm a part of the ministry, and it doesn't even have to be monetary. Like, sometimes it could just be resources of someone saying, you know what, we were thinking about you this weekend. We're just gonna, treat you to a spa day. If it's single mothers, right? Or if it's stay-at-home moms in the ministry. When people are in community and they care about the people that they're doing life with, they look out for those people. I'm thinking about Mother's Day a couple of weekends ago. Well, not a couple of weekends ago, but earlier in May. Me and my family were getting ready to head out to celebrate my son's birthday. And it was a package on the front door, and so it was something from Victoria's Secret. And so my husband got out the door. He was like, "This is for you from Victoria's Secret." I said, "I ain't ordering enough from Victoria's Secret. What you talking about?" I said, "That's for me. You just don't want to tell me." He's like, "Christian, I did not order enough from Victoria's Secret." I'm like, "Okay, well, whatever." Okay. But come to find out, once I got back to the house, it was a pajama set. Nice, soft, okay, pink pajamas from my sister. From my oldest sister for Mother's Day. She has sent me a set of pajamas. And it was the thought. It was the thoughtfulness and the little gift note that she had in there too from the order, just for me to rest and just enjoy myself. Like, just enjoy something nice for you, when you're unwinding at night. And I appreciated that. It was the thought, we're in community with each other. And when you're in community with people, you take care of those people. And that's the part to me that makes it sad when I hear stories of people from church that say they were not able to get a bill paid from their church. Their church wanted them to have, not miss a certain amount of Sundays, or to have given a certain amount, or whatever. And it's like, why do I now have to prove myself to you? You should be willing to do the things. And I'm not saying to just use and abuse the resources of your ministry, but your ministry should be open to giving to you as much as they expect you to be open to giving to them whenever they ask for a church van donation, right? For the pastor's appreciation, for the church anniversary, for all your time and resources to participate in church functions and events, in community outreach, or whatever the case may be. What about rebuilding the community that actually helps lift you up as a church? You're only as strong as the people who surround you and do life and work with you. So I'm definitely, I'm with you for your healing. I'm here for your healing from this, because the mindset of giving out of force really does need to be done away with. It really does. And I know a lot of people who don't like to hear this talked about, because they think of it based off of how they were taught or how they're hearing it. And I say, to each his own. Give if you feel like giving that way. Give under those circumstances. Give under that energy. If you believe that's how your blessings are released to you, give under that belief. I don't have a problem with it. I just know it didn't serve me because I didn't believe it. And I know now that I'm free, every time I choose to give or do something for someone or sow into someone's life, whether it be a reference, whether it be a point of contact, whether it be a a business inquiry or partnership or collaboration, me giving always comes back. Me being open and able to receive without angst or anxiety or pressure or stress, I get that back. And we just need to be aware. We just need to be aware that whatever we're putting out there is what we're going to get back. So if you believe that you're gonna struggle because you ain't tithing, that's what you're gonna do. You are gonna struggle. And if you believe that you're not gonna struggle because things just work out for you, regardless of if you're giving or not, that's gonna be your portion as well. And I would prefer you go with the latter than the former, because life is just better when you believe that it's going to be anyway. So there's my take on that. Hopefully I just answered some of your question and gave some, supporting experiences to make you feel a little bit better and more confident about it. And hopefully, over time, you no longer feel any kind of twitch in your spirit when you hear sow a seed. Because it can be triggering. I'm not going to even lie. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people roll their eyes at church or spiritual functions. And it's crazy because it's funny when I hear pastors say things like, yeah, I know y'all getting tens now that we talking about money. And it's like, why you saying it? Because you already know. You already know. Shout out to 112. You already know. It's a problem. What you're asking for is thirsty. It's thirsty behavior. But they got to put something out there to kind of break the ice or make you feel even more guilty or bad or whatever. But child, I can go on and I ain't gonna do it. If you've enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe to the channel. I would love to add you to my 2 cents crew. If you have any questions or comments or a topic you'd like me to do a video on, you can comment down below with that. Or you can send an email to my2centmatters@gmail.com. That's my2centmatters with an S at gmail.com. And I would gladly get to you and make a video for you. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.